For 40 years I ruled alone, shed all those tears while on the throne. What got me through the pain and hurt was clinging to the memory of Albert.
I loved her so, my darling Vicky, so much you know, almost made me sicky. I was not liked in your country, but who cares when I had her love for me? Her love for me. From our first rendezvous,
as Queen had to propose to you, you were my rock in a crisis.
Like when someone tried to shoot you but they missed.
We were a real celebrity pair. Was first Queen Vic,
first Albert
Square.
The press watched every smile and flirt.
Called us Alboria, but I preferred Vic Bird.
Or you can call me Al. Started new traditions, Christmas trees wearing tartan with style.
Albert backed the great exhibition,
which made Great Britain Alberto Farm.
At last,
oh Vic and Al, oh Al and Vic,
you showed our kids love with your stick.
oh Al and Vic and Al, ours was a truly grand affair royale.
Then Albert died, which left just me, just V, no A, just V. Oh, how I mourned my special pal.
I loved you, Vic.
I loved you, Al.
Vile Victorians.
Did you know we Victorians were a very inventive bunch? But sometimes the old methods are the best methods. Good day.
This is Victorian Dragon's Den. It's Victorian Britain, an age of enterprise and industry when many great inventions were, well, invented by inventors. So can any of tonight's candidates convince the dragons to put money behind their ideas? First up, it's Mr. Nathaniel Twonk.
Gentlemen and lady, allow me to explain a most efficacious device that I have invented. I call it the automatic bottle washer. This device will automatically wash bottles for hours on end without the need for attention or adjustment.
Oh, it's marvellous, yes. I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Our next hopeful inventor is Mrs. Edwina Gruelbucket.
Gentlemen and madam, I wish to present you with a golden opportunity to invest in my most marvellous invention, the automatic potato harvester.
Wonderful.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Well, it's been a good day for our hopefuls so far. Let's see if Sir Chesterton Widebelly can make it a clean sweep.
Lady and gentlemen, I have invented something which I believe will truly change the world. I call it the vacuum cleaner.
But what does it do?
It sucks. Oh dear.
It sucks, all right.
The dragons aren't impressed.
Never mind.
Can Chesterton win them round?
You could use this instead.
Oh, you see, now that's more like it. Yes, I'm in.
Oh, I'm in.
I'm in, yes.
The Victorians made children do all sorts of terrible jobs, but they also invented lots of technology. Electricity, the railway, steel ships, the car, the radio...
Vile Victorians.
Viewers may like to know that all the names in the following sketch are genuine Victorian names. Good day.
Right, settle down. Mr. Butler isn't here today, so I'll be taking the register. Now, I don't know any of you, so be sure to call out when you hear your name. Raspberry lemon. Lettuce burger. Bovril. I'm sorry, I think I must have picked up a shopping list.
No, miss, those are children's names. They're not answering because they're off sick.
Bovril and raspberry. Honestly, Christian names have got really weird since Victoria became queen. Well, OK, on with the register.
On my way, miss.
Sit down, what are you talking about?
You said, OK on the register. I'm OK. OK Johnson.
Well, OK. Unless I give permission, never get out of your seat.
Yes, miss?
Why are you standing up?
You said, never get out of your seat. I'm never. Never rook.
Has nobody got an ordinary name in this classroom? Yes.
Toilet?
All right, be quick.
No, that's my name. I think that's quite a normal name. My sister's called Baboon.
Toilet and baboon. Your parents must be evil.
No, that's evil over there.
Yes.
I've got an ordinary name, miss. It's Susan.
Ah, that's more like it.
Susan Semolina Thrower.
Right, let's just try and get through this, shall we? I'll say your names, you say here, and I'll try not to say your names accidentally. Happy?
Yes, miss?
Don't tell me your name's Happy. Right, register. Here we go. Freezer Breezer.
Here, miss.
Princess Cheese.
Here, miss.
Minty Badger.
Here, miss.
Scary Looker. No, I'm sorry. Why would anybody call their child Scary Looker? Forget I asked. Now, I am Miss Farting Clack.
Good morning, Miss Farting Clack.
Oh, hello there. Yes, those really were all real Victorian names. Minty Badger and Princess Cheese. Hey, it makes what celebrities call their children nowadays almost normal. Yeah, right.
'Twas the age of Queen Victoria's, a period notorious. So many brand new goods we did create. Our list is long and glorious, though I don't intend to bore yous, was a time of great invention.
Was it really? What did we invent then?
Well, I'm just about to mention. Drum roll, please, let's raise the tension. We invented this music hall.
Is that all?
Well... A chap called Henry Bessemer invented molten steel, which led to other chaps creating the automobile, which led to petrol tires and bikes, so all that was required was road, so concrete came and tarmac thought up too.
You're hired.
Oh, concrete, tarmac, steel,
the automobile.
Seal of rubber wheel.
Such inventive zeal.
Still there's plenty to reveal.
Victorian brains worked overtime to come up with ideas.
We invented light bulbs.
Nice one.
Cheers.
Typewriters and radios, now news was fast conveyed. Hello.
A telephone was no good till a second phone was made. Hello.
Our inventors did not snooze. Always had another ruse.
The latest flushing loos.
Films that did amuse.
Flashbulb cameras to use.
What a picture! What a picture!
Vacuum cleaners, toilet paper, postboxes and stamps.
Toilets, aspirin, anaesthetics, locks, electric lamps.
Sewing machines, x-rays, comics, ice cream in a pot.
Easter eggs and rockets.
We invented the whole lot. Oh, hang on, there's more.
Trains and lines and bridges and the underground as well.
Paddles, steamers, prams and disinfectant for their smell.
Sterile doctor's instruments, one last unmentioned brand. Victorians invented the world's first conveyor band.
Cuddly toy.
Invented 1902, the year after Victoria died.
Oh, barometers were new.
Iron ships are cool.
What genius!
Thank you. Seems we're almost through.
Just one little oversight.
We invented dynamite.
I'm not a famous surgeon, and I earn my daily bread by studying cadavers which are bodies not long dead. One day two suave young gentlemen appeared within my view.
I'm Mr. Burke. I'm Mr. Hare. How do you do?
These gents explained that their acquaintance had just passed away. It seemed the body'd only been a goner for a day.
Excuse the curious offer,
Said Hare, or was it Burke?
but would you care to slice this up to see how corpses work?
Well, it's always a palaver getting hold of a cadaver. So I said, yes, I'll have her. Oh, it's a he. This body taught me much about what makes a person poorly, why some men live to 99 and some die prematurely, how these parts function perfectly while others won't repair, how everything is interlinked. Oh, what's that doing there? Till one day there was nothing left and all my work was spent. Then Burke and Hare turned up again. My, how convenient! Another slab of fresh human organ, bones and flesh. Another gory sesh. Excellent views. As time went on, these kind men brought me several guys and gals. My lab was chock-a-block with all their freshly passed on pals. I paid them lots of money. Bodies came from everywhere. You really are a busy Mr. Burke.
And Mr. Hare.
They seemed such cultured gentlemen. I never did suspect that Burke and Hare were not so nice. I really should have checked. Then one day a policeman came, asked if I'd seen a chap. I hadn't, but days later, his corpse turned up in my lap. It seemed that these acquaintances of Burke and Hare actually were not their friends, and many did not always die naturally. Burke and Hare had murdered them. It was plain to see. Then brought the corpses to my lab and pocketed the fee. The two men were arrested, but one of them set free. Poor Burke was hanged, but happily his corpse was sent to me. Ooh, bit whiffy. Still, much to learn.
Vile Victorians.
Disease was rife in Victorian London, and so the graveyards filled up very quickly, and we had to find other places to bury our dead. Good day.
Hello.
Hello. 2 tickets to Brookwood, please.
Single or return ticket, madam?
Return for me and a single for my husband.
Taking the Necropolis Railway, are we?
Yes, indeed. It's very convenient.
Yeah, so when you run out of room to bury people in the city, it does make sense to put your cemeteries further out. Plus, you get a lovely day out in the countryside.
Yes, and my husband does love trains. Well, he did.
Of course he did. First class, second class or third class?
First class for me.
And your husband?
Can he go in the luggage rack?
Afraid not. Would you like a window seat?
Well, he doesn't really need a view.
No, but it does make it easier to shove him out once you get to the cemetery.
Excuse me, are you going to be long? Only I lost my husband last week.
You and me both.
No, I lost him on the train.
Oh, right you are. Well, I think you might be in luck. Somebody handed him in last week, and I, for one, will not be sad to see him go.
Whew! Could you lot hurry up? All my relatives have died of consumption.
Do you have a family rail card, sir? Would you be interested in a family rail card?
What do you think, darling? Yes.
Victorian medicine was highly sophisticated. Yeah, right.
Don't worry, Jenny, OK? I've called an ambulance. They'll be here any minute.
Make way! Historical paramedics.
You're paramedics.
Even better, we're historical paramedics.
All the way from Victorian England. God save the Queen!
God save the Queen! Now, what appears to be the ailment?
OK, well, it's my sister. We were just coming back from town and she's just collapsed with these terrible stomach pains.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
The top hats are fabulous.
No, but they are. I'm thinking that this lady has tapeworm.
I concur. Nigel, fetch me our sharpest blade.
What, you need to operate?
No, I simply need to cut up this bacon and then fry it in close proximity to the patient. The smell of the bacon should tempt the tapeworm out of her stomach because it wants to eat the bacon, thus curing the patient.
And does this bacon cure work?
Infrequently.
Well, how infrequently?
Never!
Jeff, look. She has some inflammation about the throat. Looks like a boil.
I concur. Nigel, apply the warm porridge.
It's not a boil. She's always had that.
A wart, then? Nigel, this lady, this woman, is riddled with warts. Bury some string in the ground immediately.
It's not a wart. It's a birthmark.
Is it? Hang on. I hear wheezing and congestion.
Yeah, well, she's got a cold.
A cold? Nigel, fetch me a sock.
A sock?
Don't worry, sir. A sweaty sock tied about the throat is thought to be the best cure for even the most persistent of colds. And that one is really sweaty. I only change them once a week in case they're needed.
Sugar?
Treacle?
Sugar and treacle is an excellent cure for a cough. Mixed, of course, with beer, rum, and vinegar.
Open up.
Get it down you go.
In there.
What about the stomach pains?
Does your tummy still hurt?
Oh, looks like earache.
Nigel, fetch me a potato.
Yeah.
What potato?
The topical application of a potato makes an excellent cure for earache. There we are. Right as rain.
No need to thank us, sir. Your smile is thanks enough.
Uh-oh. That sounds like a proper ambulance.
Soon they will be upon us. We must flee this place.
Run away! Run away! Run away!
Hop away! Oh, no. Those historical ones have been here again. Jane, bring some sponges. Oh, and maybe a pan. I think there's some bacon going.
Me name Mary Seacourt, famous nurse. To the Crimean boys. No, me not Florence Nightingale. That mix up me a noise. Me learn me skills in a Jamaica when me mother nursed is sick. And I think it my destiny, child, to be a war medic. If you're coughing, then you should have a drink with it. If your diet's poor, you should really think on it. If it's cholera, rehydration's best for it. If it's fever, better take some rest for it. Whoa oh oh, whoa oh oh, whoa oh oh oh. History still says me name, call me not one to mourn. Me ask me friend, come and stay for help and set off on my own. If you need it, put a massive plaster on it. If you're bleeding, shouldn't be disaster for it. If your leg broke, gonna need a cast on it. If you're constipated, take oil and caster for it. Whoa oh oh, whoa oh oh, whoa oh oh oh. Once here in Crimea, me became a pioneer. Me carpenters engineered a hotel at the new frontier. Set up on the front line in 1855. Independent woman saving soldiers' lives. Welcome to the British Hotel. Me boarding house became the aunt of the great and good. Though it wasn't glamorous, it was built of old bits of wood. Supplied the troops with kit and clothes, served both the rich and poor. Me nurse right on the battlefield while Florence worked far from the war. I'm a nursing lady, put a splint on it. Me see a wounded man, better sprint to it. Earned fame from the war, I'm a stint in it. But the crime and shame is me a skint from it. When the war was done, me never have a dime. Despite the work me do, bankruptcy was mine. I'm a fierce lady, never faced by it. Wrote a book and earned funds raised by it. Me hotel men own their lives to it. Going down in history, that's me prize for it.
I lived a happy life till I was 10 years old, when death landed Dad in prison and our country house was sold. Lodged with a lady in her London flat so cold. Worked at a boot polish factory, labelling jars quite dull all told. Goodness only knows I was a miserable soul. For a time I went to school, but then I found a job as a clerk to a lawyer. Oh, it made my poor head throb. I failed to be an actor despite my loud gob. Ended up reporting speeches of the parliamentary mob. Then, as everybody knows, I started writing prose. Put my life into my books, friends and enemies and crooks, legal bosses up they crop. In the old curiosity shop, Fagin in Oliver Twist, a factory pal, you get the gist. And although my memory's quite foggy, got Scrooge from the grave of Ebenezer Scroggy. My first book was an overnight sensation, but I drove myself too hard to enjoy the adulation. Despite my wealth, my family begged for money. I wrote of it in Chuzzlewit, which people said was funny. Didn't sell like books before, my family still asked for more. Little Dorrit is a tale about my dad in debtor's jail, while Hard Times tells my life about when I tried to leave my wife. Little Nell's death was my poor dear departed sister-in-law, and David Copperfield working in a factory. I must confess that that was really me. In my life felt shame about poverty in childhood, wrote about sadness, suffering and fears. Also wrote about people with funny names, Bumble, Smallweed, Scrooge, Uriah Heep and Blackfoot Squares. Whilst writing Edwin Drood, the train crash didn't help my mood. Still I drove myself on with readings far across the pond. Died before I wrote Drood's End, sort of thing drove me round the bend. So Dickens, take a bow. And heaven knows I'm miserable now.
In this week's episode of Victorian Undercover Proprietor, Sir Titus Salt has gone into the mills where he made his fortune. He's disguised as one of the workers to see what life is really like for his employees.
So, what's it like to work in this factory?
Noisy!
Sir, I can't see you, it's too noisy!
No, it's noisy! It's smoggy too, it gets into the lungs!
Sorry? Oh, I see, the smog gets into your lungs. Right.
No, it gets into the lungs!
What?
Titus has finally got the message about the terrible conditions his employees work in, and their living conditions aren't much better.
Wife, kids, here's the new bloke I was telling you about. New bloke, wife, kids.
Pleased to meet you. Could I possibly use your lavatory?
Oh, what a story.
Lavatory. A small room outside you used to do your business.
Your business?
No, it's not my business. I'm just a humble worker.
No, you said do your business.
Yes, a toilet, a small room you used to poo in.
Disgusting. Just go in the backyard like everybody else.
OK.
Oh, will you not stay for your tea?
I'd love to. What is for tea?
I think it's nothing tonight. We can't afford it. Luckily, we're not that hungry because all the cotton fluff from the mill gets in our bellies.
I wish you wouldn't do that.
I'm sorry.
Not wanting to spend any longer living with them than he absolutely has to, Titus has decided it's already time to reveal his true identity to the Hovel family.
I expect you're wondering why I brought you here. I'm not a humble mill worker. I am, in fact, the owner of these here mills, Sir Titus Salt.
No! I knew it! I knew that were a disguise as soon as I saw the daft fake beard.
Ow!
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Over this past week, day, I've experienced firsthand the hardships of working in one of my mills. I've seen how tough it is for you to live in such a horrible, dirty, filthy, cramped, disgusting little hovel.
Steady on.
So I'm going to build a new village. And I'm going to call it Saltaire. And it'll be a model village.
We'll never fit in it.
Not that sort of model village. It'll be the model of all the village should be. Everything you could possibly want will be there. Fresh air, hospital, a church, even a reading room.
We can't read.
Aye, but your children will be able to. For there will be a school there.
Aww.
And you'll even have your own lavatory.
Why would anyone want a small room to poo in?
And I shall build a new cleaner mill nearby where you can work for me.
I'm not being funny, but what's in it for you?
Well, happy, healthy people make better workers.
You got yourself a deal.
All right.
Just one question.
Fire away, my friend.
You sure that's not a fake beard?
Don't push it.
Next week on Victorian Undercover Proprietor, Lord Lever reveals his plans to build his factory workers' houses, which have bathrooms.
What's a bathroom?
It's a small room with a bath in it.
What's a bath?
It's where you wash yourself with soap.
What soap?
This is going to be harder than I thought.
A number of Victorian bosses, Sir Titus Salt, the Lever brothers, Joseph Rowntree and George Cadbury, created cleaner, better accommodation for their factory employees. But did any of them spare a thought for how this would affect the factory rats? Not one. It's an absolute scandal!
Lots of things in history are actually a mystery.
The truth's not always in the books you read.
Facts can get distorted or even misreported.
Imagine if that was all down to me.
Cliff Whiteley!
It's Whiteley!
Sorry.
Yeah, well, your newspaper got it wrong, mate. Albert Einstein was a famous scientist. Frankenstein was the one with a monster. So print an apology. Wallop!
Cliff, I've got Florence Nightingale and... Sorry, what was your name again?
Mary C. Cole.
Mary C. Cole to see you.
Thank you, Sue. Show 'em in, please.
Mary,
Ladies, Cliff Whiteley, telling it how it wasn't. Take a pew. Right. What seems to be the problemo?
The problem is, all of the history books about the Crimean War only seem to mention one nurse.
Florence Nightingale.
Florence Nightingale.
Well, I should hope so too. We did a great deal of work here ensuring old Flo went down in history. What a catchphrase.
The lady with the lamp.
Wallop!
You forget about me.
No offence, love, but I ain't never heard of you.
Me sold up me home in Jamaica and paid for me own ticket to the Crimea. And when me get there, me built me own hostel with me own money to provide care for the injured British soldiers.
Wow.
Yes, but it was my military hospitals that dealt with all the really nasty injuries.
Not just you. I'd actually go out and treat the injuries on the battlefield.
Well, I did pioneering work in cleanliness and hygiene.
I worked in cholera and tropical medicine.
Well, I invented the pie chart.
You did really invent the pie chart?
Yes, I did.
Did not know that.
All right, ladies, chill out. Asseyez-vous. Now, Mary, how come she's famous and I ain't never heard of you?
When the war ended, one of us was still rich and influential and could go on to do great work, whilst the other was just a poor, penniless black woman.
So now, something that is terrible. After everything you did, let's see if we can't get you a bit of publicity.
What?
Shut it, Lampy Knickers. Now, we'll get you a statue, obviously. Yeah, maybe get a university wing named after you. Oh, how would you feel about being featured in an historical sketch show for the BBC?
It any good?
It ain't bad. Whoop!
D.I. Bones, Historical Crime Squad. Don't worry, madam, the professionals are here. Now, where's the dead? Found it. It's here. Located the dead body. Victim shows no visible signs of injury. You! What happened here?
Well, Uncle Albert was just having his tea and he dropped down dead, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Might have been poisoned.
Poison?
Indeed. Let's take a look. Bread shows signs of a white, chalky substance.
That'll be the chalk. The bakers make the bread look white for using chalk.
What's this? Oh, it's a toenail!
That'll be the bakers. He kneads the bread with his feet.
That'll explain the cheesy smell. Still, might not be enough to kill him. What was he drinking?
Well, that coffee.
Now, that to me smells nutty.
Oh, that'll be the acorns. We can only afford cheap coffee and they tend to put sawdust in it. And acorns.
Was he drinking anything else?
Just sheep brain and arsenic.
Come again?
Dodgy tradesmen sometimes put sheep brains in the milk. Ugh.
And to save money, they pad out the sugar with arsenic.
That's poisonous.
Ah, I wouldn't worry. I've been eating the sugar for years.
She's been poisoned! Go and fetch some water, man! Quickly! And that's just water, nothing added!
Here you go. Here's your water.
Sure nothing's been added to that?
Absolutely, I got it straight from the pump.
Smells funny.
Ah, yeah, that'll probably be the cholera.
Note to self. Get a desk job.
Horrible Histories.